Hey, how's it going, traders? Wanted to run through the pairs, the setups for this week. MLK Day, the 21st. To get it started on the higher time frames, of course, where I like to start. This month is kind of shaping up to be a doji. Let me see if I can do this. Yeah, there we go. Wow. See, that's I'm glad I did that. So, actually, we have a long-tailed doji here. Um, Looks like we might be reversing off of this 50 MA level to go higher. But we're going to have that final push higher in a little bit here. So that first week of December 31st, so going into January, we um, we had a big move downward, a big candle, I'm sorry. And that kind of got everything set in motion. Let's see on the daily. It looks like we're trying to turn around and go the other direction. Of course, as I've always mentioned, I want to see a break at 50 MA in order to take it higher. Um, the 4 hour and the monthly look like they've already hit the corner. The 4 hour EMA has already been broken, so that's usually a bullish sign in this case. Let me see here. See if we had any entries. Looks like we had a couple of entries, man. We had one today. We had one the day before. Um, and that's new, actually. I didn't catch that on Friday because I don't catch everything, contrary to popular belief. Anyways, let me see here. Okay, looks like I had already drawn it in there. Maybe. Okay, I showed that there was a move, but I didn't show that I took it. I see. Okay. Let me let's fix this. Make that green. Get moving. So yeah, that's how this would look. Called that first one. Had another one right here. We could have got in right at the beginning of this. So this was on the evening of the 17th. Um, Quick little pullback. Nothing crazy, nothing grand. Not a really readily apparent type of move, but it was a move nonetheless. It happened, and would have been a good play for sure. This one is a play as well. Right now we're a little bit above where we want to be in at, but this is also an injury, so I'll go ahead and draw that in. I'm not supposed to be doing all this. I'm supposed to just be running through the pairs, just show you guys um, what's a potential move and what's not. Pretty sure, but I get sidetracked. It's all good. USD I kind of predicted that this one would go up as well, and we have a couple entries here. So I'll touch on those. Boom. Boom. Maybe even today, man, if you really wanted to. I like to have more of a pullback entry. This one's kind of resting. It's coming up and then resting on that same area and then popping up. I'm seeing it move like that, so you gotta kind of take what the market gives you. Only bad thing here, one of the bad things that I've noticed at least, is this MACD. That's divergent for sure. We're stair stepping upwards on the candlestick chart, and then MACD divergence slowly down. So we're running low on steam here, is what that tells me. I'll go ahead and watch it, of course. Y'all know me. And it's even very interesting where it is in terms of where it just came from, the market just came from. We are definitely on the rebound. We've been on the rebound for a couple days. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a fifth. Interesting stuff, man. Worth taking a note. Worth paying attention to. USDCAD. This one was not oversold like the others. So not necessarily the same movement. Pretty straightforward. It looks like it's slowly trying to break free. I bet that 4 hour just now broke. Yep, it just broke the 50 EMA and like stayed above it. This broke, but the price did not close above the 50 EMA. So we had a couple of Price closes above the 50 EMA, which is usually a bullish sign. MACD's kind of sideways here. Let's see if there's any other signs. It looks like it could. It looks like it could turn around for me, man. NZD, USD. We've been kind of headed down on this. Quick little entry in the evening yesterday, around 4 o'clock. I need to get those days straight, but I know that, okay, we trade till at 4 o'clock. We open back up at 4 o'clock Central Standard Time, Forex. So I know it wasn't crazy. But yeah, just a quick entry. You had to be in front of your computer, ready to pull that trigger, ready for that play. It's a whole nother ball game. Topic for a different discussion, but when you're prepared and when you're sniping, you can obviously be in position for shit like that. If not, then yeah, you're not going to be in position. So 3 times risk reward here. NZDJPY. Yeah, it looks like I tried to take this higher, but it's just been sideways, man. I lost out. I don't really see what could happen here right now. It's just so sideways. It's so sideways. It's going to have to be some kind of breakout. For that reason, I probably want to watch this. Yeah. I'll think about removing it later on in the week if it stays sideways. CHF, same shit. Yeah. Same thing. Yeah, it's a tough one, man. As far as calling the direction. So with that said, I'm going to get rid of JPY. These both aren't really super beneficial to me right now. There's almost an entry here, right where they converge. There's almost a pivot entry, but not quite. And I'm talking about this bar right here. Would have almost been an entry because my entry would have been right there, flush with the line. So that's how that would have looked. Give me a second. All right, so NZDCAD, it looks like it would have been like by a hair that I wouldn't have got into this combo. Another trade here. Let me see, man. We started way back here. It's kind of crazy. At the very first, oh, it's not that far away. It just looks like that because it's the hour chart. Then I had an entry here, and that we would have actually got stopped out of, but we still had this one rolling. So yeah, that entry is kind of super iffy. Actually, I don't know if I even would have picked that. I might have been able to pull back here and pick, but that's kind of sharp. So yeah, it's a tough one, man. I could have maybe caught this, but I don't like playing in the maybe area because it's weird, and there's a play here, but yeah, that would have been almost a live entry to catch that. I still love this play. I still love NZDCAD for the reason of, I wonder if I can shorten this right here. Anyways, the overall, man, there's so much just winning right there overall. We're at 3%, and now we're closer to 5%, and that's just off of that one big play here. I'm waiting for the combo. We got our butts handed to us here. That's fine. That happens. We get beat. And basically this red area is where the stop was, so we would have got stopped out right in here. Past the trend line too, so we had some protection there. That wasn't a bad play. But then comboing it is going to be essential. That's where you make your more money, better money, in my opinion. So, okay. So as far as NZD, I'll just watch CAD and try to look for an entry. this right here, yes, would have been an ideal entry, but we would have needed it to pull back just a little bit further, but it didn't. So we probably would not have been triggered there. I just have this one big play on. We would have lost here 1% because we're capped off, remember? So let's go ahead and change this to red. Moving forward, I'm going to do it like that so y'all can see where we would have got stopped out and then kept it moving. Yeah, we were aiming pretty low, but it didn't work out like that, so we got stopped out. Yeah. So getting some reality with your trading is important, man. Just being able to have real dialogue about what's going on there, what happened, what you thought was going to happen, and everything in between. Man, this one right here looks like I was definitely seeing this one very easily over the past couple months or so. Even further back, that's April, May. Damn, I picked a lot of them. I think this is around the time where I really started understanding the pyramid reversal strategy and how I could implement it and all that good stuff. Anyways, we look like we might be turning the corner. I've been trying to wait for that to happen here. Daily looks like we are above 50 MA, which is always a good look. 4-hour been above 50 MA for a minute. No real entries, nothing like super clean. And this right here would have stopped the shit out of anything even if I would have gotten in, which is super interesting. But I don't know. I don't think I don't see any like blatantly obvious entries here, which is crazy. Right here, maybe. Well, yeah, I marked it, but yeah, right here could have been one. But yeah, man. If I just stayed here, I would have got stopped out because these two bars would have got me. But yeah, I think there's definitely some improvement. I'm going to be talking about that, about how to improve whenever you realize something is a little bit off. So I'll have a whole separate session about that. I'll probably mark GBP USD just so I can remember that actually. Let me make a note. If I go, is it this one? Here we go. Okay, here we go. Stopped out. Create video about taking small wins. There you go. So clearly I got stopped out here. If we would have took this trade and tried to ride it all the way up, I don't know what all the way up looks like here, but obviously I'm at the beginning of a big move in the opposite direction, so I'm trying to shoot for the moon. Gift and a curse for me, but maybe, just maybe, we can learn a little bit more about this and really examine what I've been using to stay in trades. Is really where it's going to be. What I've been using to stay in trades. All right.